In a small village, there lived a man named Omar who made his living by catching fish. He had 2 young sons, Ibrahim and Ziad, who loved going with their father to the pond and watching him catch fish. For them, it was always a special experience, and they admired their father's work. Omar's wife was a kind-hearted woman, devoted to her faith, and her regular prayers and Quran recitations brought peace and blessings to their household. One day, the children pleaded to go with their father to the pond. Though their mother was hesitant, fearing for their safety, Omar assured her that Allah's protection was always with them. "There's no need to worry," he told her gently, "for Allah's mercy surrounds us." Reluctantly, she agreed, though her heart remained uneasy, especially about the boys being near the water. Yet, she trusted Omar's words and allowed the children to go along. As they reached the pond, Omar reminded his sons to stay back and not cause any mischief, lest they scare the fish away. The boys obeyed, watching eagerly as Omar cast his net with expert hands. The day passed in peace, and they returned home with a basket full of fresh fish. Their mother welcomed them warmly, serving cool water as they settled back. Omar asked her to cook some of the fish, while the rest he planned to sell in the market. They enjoyed their meal together and retired for the night with contentment in their hearts. The next morning, Omar rose early and set off to the market with his catch. With lively energy, he called out to customers, offering fresh, halal fish. The fish sold well, and he returned home by evening, grateful for the day's earnings once back. He encouraged his children to join him for prayers. The family prayed together, grateful for their simple but peaceful life. The following morning, Omar prepared to head to the pond once again. His sons were eager to join, and so, together, they made their way to the water's edge. That day, however, seemed different. Hours passed, but not a single fish appeared. Omar grew puzzled. "What's happened today, my God?" he wondered. Driven by determination, he rowed the boat deeper into the pond, hoping to find fish there. Finally, he spotted a large school of fish near the center. With hope renewed, he prepared to cast his net, trusting that his perseverance and faith would bring a fruitful catch, as always. In the middle of the lake, Omar felt a wave of worry wash over him. He glanced at his sons and thought, "Bringing the kids out here, it's a risk. Boys, hold onto that rope tightly. We've gone further out than usual, and I don't want anything happening to you." Ziad and Ibrahim were quick to reassure him. "Don't worry, Abu. You focus on catching fish. We're holding on tightly." As Omar continued fishing, something caught Ziad's eye. He pointed out to the water, his voice trembling. "Abu, look! What is that?" "Oh no, it's a crocodile." Omar's heart skipped a beat as he looked up, eyes widening at the sight of the crocodile moving swiftly toward their boat. "Ya Allah, please, have mercy on us," he prayed. Omar dropped everything and began rowing frantically toward the shore. His hands and arms moved as fast as they could, but the crocodile was gaining on them, closer and closer, until it finally overturned their boat. The 3 of them splashed into the water, disoriented and panicked. "My sons, hold on to me. I don't know how to save you or myself," Omar shouted as he tried to steady himself in the water. Ibrahim screamed in terror. "Abu, save me! It's coming for me!" Before Omar could reach him, the crocodile caught Ibrahim and with one swift motion, pulled him under. Omar was paralyzed with horror as he saw his son disappear. "Ya Allah, what happened to my child? My son is gone. My own flesh and blood," he cried out, devastated. Ziad was shaken and clung tightly to his father as they struggled back to the shore. Once they reached safety, their minds and hearts were still racing from what had just happened. When they returned home, Omar and Ziad's tear-streaked faces were met by the worried face of Ibrahim's mother. She greeted them, expecting to see her son behind them. "Where's Ibrahim? Is he hiding from me again?" she asked, laughing lightly, unaware of the tragedy that had just struck. Ziad couldn't bring himself to answer, and Omar's throat closed up with emotion. She grew more worried as she noticed their silence. "Tell me, where is Ibrahim? Did something happen to him? May Allah protect him. She began to panic, her voice trembling. Finally, Ziad collapsed at her feet, sobbing uncontrollably. Ummi, we lost Ibrahim today. We lost our brother. She staggered back, shocked. What are you saying? Lost him? How could you lose him? The realization sank in, and she cried out in agony. She fainted from the shock, and Omar and Ziad desperately tried to revive her. They sprinkled water on her face, and after a few moments she opened her eyes, filled with overwhelming sorrow. Ya Allah, my heart, my child is gone, she whispered. Omar fell to his knees, filled with guilt and regret. Ummi, we have wronged you. We disobeyed you and took him there. Now I must carry this guilt. I should never have brought him to the lake, but their innocent faces made me weak. With a heavy heart, Omar began to pray, his voice breaking. Ya Allah, I have recited your name. I have offered my prayers and have recited the Quran day and night. Please protect my son in the belly of that creature, as you kept Prophet Yunus safe in the belly of a fish for 40 days. My wife's heart will shatter if we lose him. Please, have mercy on us, Ya Allah. Omar continued praying, his hands trembling, hoping for a miracle in the face of such profound loss. Without your will, not even a leaf can move. What is this crocodile in front of your might? Omar raised his hands in prayer, asking Allah to protect his son. Together, all three of them began to pray, lifting their hands in desperation. Suddenly, thunder cracked across the sky, and strong winds began to blow. Inside the crocodile's stomach, Ibrahim was still alive. He prayed to Allah, Ya Allah, you've kept me safe till now. It must be because of my mother's prayers. Her prayers and our devotion to you have always protected me and our family. This crocodile's stomach is so vast, it feels like I'm in a big room. I know that I'm alive because my mother's prayers are with me. Just as you protected Prophet Yunus in the belly of the fish, you have protected me as well. Thank you, Ya Allah. Please reunite me with my mother. She must be heartbroken and hasn't eaten, worrying about me. I know my mother loves me more than anything. As Ibrahim prayed, thunder cracked louder and the winds grew stronger. In that moment, Allah sent an angel to rescue him. The angel appeared before the crocodile and with divine power opened the creature's mouth. The angel then turned to Ibrahim, saying, "Rise, child, your mother awaits you." Ibrahim, who was unconscious, began to awaken as the angel infused him with a warm light. "Ya Allah, this is an angel," he whispered. The angel confirmed, "Yes, I am a faithful servant of Allah, sent to rescue you by his command. Praise be to Allah, who listens to every call dot." The angel then offered Ibrahim advice. Never break the heart of your mother or father, always obey them, and never abandon your prayers or the recitation of the Quran. Salah is a sunnah of our beloved Prophet, and Allah is always pleased with those who perform Salah and read the Quran. If a faithful servant is ever in distress, Allah sends us angels to protect them. The angel then handed Ibrahim a magical carpet. "Here, take this carpet. It will carry you safely home." Ibrahim, filled with gratitude, thanked Allah and sat on the carpet. The magical carpet lifted into the air, flying over valleys and mountains until it brought him safely back to his home. At home, Ibrahim's mother was in tears, grieving for her lost child. "My beloved son is gone," she sobbed. Suddenly, they heard a knock at the door. The family rushed to the door, and as they opened it, there stood Ibrahim, alive and well. Ziad, overjoyed, exclaimed, "Ya Allah, thank you 1,000 times. My brother has returned to me." Ibrahim's mother hugged him tightly. "Oh my child, I love you so much." They all thanked Allah together. "Ya Allah, guide us to pray and read the Quran, and grant every Muslim the ability to be a true believer and follower of Islam." Just then, the call for the dua prayer was heard. "Come, son, it's time for prayer. Let's go for Salah," Ibrahim's mother gently reminded him. But Ibrahim hesitated. "Oh, Ammi, please stop reminding me about prayers all the time. I don't want to go. I want to be famous. I have reels to make. Why should I waste my time praying?" As time passed, Ibrahim's addiction to his phone only intensified, despite his family's repeated concerns. His mother frequently reminded him of the importance of prayer and warned him about his health, but he brushed off her advice, believing they didn't understand his ambitions. One day, his father noticed how strained Ibrahim's eyes looked and persuaded him to visit the doctor. After an examination, the doctor delivered a serious warning. Ibrahim's constant screen use was damaging his vision. "If you continue like this, you could lose your sight permanently," the doctor cautioned, prescribing medication and advising a drastic reduction in screen time. However, Ibrahim ignored the warning, feeling he could handle it on his own. His mother, deeply worried, continued pleading with him to take care of his health and to prioritize his faith. But Ibrahim's focus remained on his phone, convinced that his family was overreacting. Then, one night, Ibrahim was lying in bed with his phone when he suddenly felt a sharp, unbearable pain in his chest. Terrified, he called out for his parents. "Ammi, Abu, please come quickly." His parents rushed to his side, shocked to see him in such distress. As he clutched his chest, seeing her son in pain, his mother began to cry and pray to Allah with all her heart, begging for mercy. "Ya Allah," she whispered through her tears, "please save my child." And then, as they prayed, something truly unexpected happened. Outside, the sky filled with dark clouds, and a sudden lightning bolt struck nearby, lighting up the whole room. The intense flash seemed to fill the house with a powerful energy. In that moment, a ray of light shone on the Quran, which was placed on a high shelf. This light felt almost otherworldly, as if something divine had entered the home. His pain began to fade, replaced by a warmth that seemed to cleanse his heart and mind. In that moment, Ibrahim realized how close he had come to losing everything: his health, his family's love, and his own life. He felt the weight of his past choices, his neglect of faith, and his disregard for his family's advice. Overwhelmed, Ibrahim broke down and hugged his mother, apologizing for his stubbornness and hurtful words. He realized that his parents' guidance was never meant to limit him, but to protect him. Ibrahim promised himself that he would never take his family's love for granted again. From that day forward, he committed to making time for prayer, reducing his phone use, and living with gratitude for the second chance he'd been given. He understood that his family's care and his mother's prayers had saved him, guiding him back to the right path. Namaz isn't just a ritual, it's a lifeline that keeps us close to Allah and guards our hearts. In a world full of distractions and temptations, Namaz reminds us of our purpose and helps us stay grounded. It's a powerful way to seek guidance, find peace, and protect ourselves from harm. Those few moments of daily prayer shape our lives, shielding us from regrets and showing us the path to true contentment. Let's not wait until it's too late to understand its true value. Start today and let Namaz bring light into your life.